Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Lincoln.
So I have shared with you other points also with
Oh,
you,
sir.
Mrs. Pathak. So points means related to this two board exam,
Yes, sir.
so that we can share in between whatever point you think is the.
Sir, what I will do is once you and Ma'am Pathak have spoken, if there is any point that is missed out, I will cover it up.
Yes, yes. You can take
So,
major points. This I prepared for newspaper. So could you see it?
yes, sir, now I can see.
Yes, yes. We have started YouTube also, so you can tell your team if a few people will not be able to enter in, so we can put up it in
There is a
YouTube.
YouTube link that Nidhi has shared. You can
Yeah,
share it with
in this
ask
also.
teachers to share it.
Yes, yes.
फरवरी माह से शुरू में कम से कम 3 विषयों में परीक्षा हुआ है. But won't that reduce the traffic on the... No, so it's better if on Zoom the traffic is less and YouTube it is more. Yes, sir. I have taken a printout actually, and
Oh,
it is with me.
that's very smart. Because we need to speak in both Hindi and English.
Acha, okay, sir.
Because people who will be entering would be, I think, okay with that only.
सर अगर आप लोग इंग्लिश में बोलेंगे तो मैं उसको हिंदी में सम अप कर दूंगी और वाइसी वर्सा.
ठीक
और
है,
नहीं
ठीक
होगा.
है।
थोड़ा सा सर क्वेश्चंस में चेंज हुआ है बिकॉज उसको क्वेश्चंस को मैंने जब पीपीटी हम बना रहे थे. निविता द कैन यू प्रेजेंट द पीपीटी. उसमें ना सर आंसर्स के उसमें एक क्वेश्चन का पीपीटी है और एक आंसर का भी उसमें पॉइंट्स हाईलाइटेड है. सो इट विल बी इजी फॉर अस
हाँ,
टू
नो इशू, कोई नहीं.
send a request to share. Okay. Just share once. Let's see. You put it on a slide share mode. It's coming. Yeah, yeah. So which one would you like to see? Just change the slide so that sir can see the.
I can see, yes, I'm able to see.
Yes.
And we will add one more thing about the science and social study exam.
Sir, I have done that.
Good,
Nivedita,
good.
just run it. So, sir, these are the various points for the two-phase exam. So, like that it is May exam is optional.
How many slides are there?
Three slides for this.
Ah, good, good.
And then run the three slides, Nivedita, all the three. Second one. That both exams cover and the eligibility for the two-phase exam. For the second exam, the eligibility is next question. Okay. So, sir, in this, the answer would be science and social studies, and answer scripts will be digitally evaluated. The second question.
12th class. Yes, yes.
Okay. Next
Grade
question.
10th, it will not be digitally evaluated. Only grade 12.
Yes, so that I have demarcated in the
And
slide.
one important thing is that question number 7, if you see in the printout, that a student cannot reappear in the second exam for two languages. He can
For
appear in
the
one language only. In two languages, he can appear when he fails in both.
सर ये बोलना पड़ेगा ये हमने
हाँ,
डाला नहीं
ओके,
है
हाँ, नहीं होगा, ये स्पेशल है इसलिए.
हाँ that is why this question I've kept for you only because you know
Okay, okay.
best. We can't give wrong information on
Yes,
a
yes.
social media platform. So, the second question, what steps has CBSE taken to avoid correction errors and to expedite the evaluation process? इसमें वो आ जाएगा सर ये science and social studies and
Yes, yes.
digital.
Yes.
Then, third question again is for you. CBSE has released new guidelines and sample papers for 2026. What are the major updates in the exam pattern and paper format this year? तो उसमें वो है
No, this,
इस
ये आप पाठक मैडम को बोल देना.
मैं पाठक मैडम को ओके
हाँ, ये आप खुद बोल देना. You have already mentioned 50, 30, 20.
हाँ ये मैं बोल दूंगी सर कि कॉम्पिटेंसी बेस्ड मेरे पास लिखा हुआ है constructed response or MCQs are 30% and traditional understanding and knowledge based questions are 20%.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Then I will continue in the for the fourth question that CBSE provides marking scheme and question sample question paper. Nivedita, can
Yes,
you
yes.
go to the answer for this? So I'll answer both together and I have a screenshot
Very
of
good,
the
very good. Yes, yes.
CBSE website and for the next one also for people to see
Great.
how to take. Then the question is for you that some revision tips for the students preparing for the board exam.
Fine.
Then the question is for Neeru ma'am. Parents, because psychology questions I've given to her.
Has
She's
Neeru
a
ma'am
psycho.
entered inside or not yet?
No, not yet.
Then arrange to call. Tell
Bhavni is there?
Nivedita.
She's left already. Bhavni is left. I'll call. You call her. Parents often feel uncertain about how best to support children preparing for board. What practical tips would you like to give to maintain motivation without causing stress?
Good questions are good. So I will be interested in talking about
This is
mainly about the two board exam, SST and science. Otherwise, you can fix up with between both of you.
Sir, the first question is for you only because
Okay.
this two board exam
Ah,
first
yeah, then good.
the first is for you. So the entire explanation of two board and what do's and don'ts of both the
Okay.
board
Okay.
exams, because I want that to be very clear to parents.
Yes, yes, yes.
उसी में सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम होगी, बाकी तो दो साइंस एंड सोशल स्टडीज के अलग अलग टैग करना है, वो भी शायद कुछ बच्चों को ना पता हो। और ग्रेड 12th का डिजिटली करेक्ट होगा, उसको अगर आप एक्सप्लेन करना चाहें तो आप कर दीजिएगा। यू द
हाँ
बेस्ट
देखो,
पर्सन टू
वो
डू दैट।
उनके लिए इतना जरूरी नहीं है।
एंड एक जो सीबीएसई हेल्पलाइन है, व्हाट अरेंजमेंट्स हैज बीन मेड बाय
यस,
सीबीएसई टू हेल्प पेरेंट्स, ये नीरू पाठक मैम को दिया है मैंने, क्योंकि
करेक्ट
शी इज
करेक्ट।
काउंसलिंग एंड
यस
अदर
यस।
थिंग्स, शी कैन talk. She's joining, okay. And then last May, can you run this I have kept for myself because I'll the एक change करना answers में, हाँ, ये reporting time, that they should read their admit cards very carefully, note down the school, in fact go one day prior and check out the school, leave the home on time, ये वाला I thought it was just reading that.
Yes, yes, yes. No, it's good.
Mandatory and prohibited items,
Ah, that's very good.
because and then this last question all three of us will take because it is a quick revision. इसको revision checklist की जगह इसको summary कर दो, a quick summary of what has been discussed today. So इसमें कुछ points हैं sir.
Hmm.
uh,
So what time we'll start? We'll start at 10 past 6.
we should start at 6 sir, because we have already communicated the
Ah, no
time.
issue.
Otherwise when Neeru ma'am joins after that, we'll
Yeah, it is
a
6
quick.
already. That's why I'm asking. People are
a,
pouring in.
they're joining. So summary of what has been discussed today. 25 people have joined already. इसमें तो सर को आंसर्स दिखा दो निवेदिता। कौन सा फर्स्ट? लास्ट वाला, लास्ट समरी वाला। नहीं सर, is there? Sir is there. So sir, these are about 8 points and we can take 3 each like that. Go back to the first one. Go back to the first.
So just stop presentation. So, or you are keeping it?
Sir, we'll keep it on
Okay.
because the introductory slide is up there for everybody to see. Has Neeru ma'am joined?
As soon as she joins, then we can start.
Yes. Is she having a problem in joining or something? No, she said, I'm just joining ma'am. Can you just call her and ask her if she's joined by another name? check with the host team. Yes, sir. So now you can in to join. There is a meeting link. And there she's having problem joining the meeting. So. She's trying. She's trying. Okay. Let me know if you need any other help.
Then by the time, just in 1 minute, you can start running and then can ask question little bit later. Fine.
Shall I start, sir?
I think you can start, but ask me that question little later.
Okay, fine. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Ajmer Sahodya Complex has organized a webinar for parents and children to understand the changes that the board has brought in 2026. Today, we should also be discussing the preparation strategies and parenting support that board has taken care of. And today, I have very distinguished educators who are a part of this discussion. I welcome Mr. A.P. Sharma, Director and Principal of Presidency School, Ajmer. Sir is also the CBSE City Coordinator, and very recently, he is being chosen to be a member of a Quality Council of India, which is a very, very prestigious post. There are only 7 people in that, and Sir is amongst them. And it's a very proud moment for the city of Ajmer also, because this important position has come to an educator from Ajmer. So congratulations, sir, and a big honor indeed.
Thank you.
The second distinguished guest is Dr. Neeru Pathak. Dr. Neeru Pathak is the Academic Director and Principal of Delhi Public School, Ajmer. Dr. Pathak is having some difficulty in joining the session, so we'll wait for her. I am Manisha Johri. I am the principal of Sanskriti, the school, Ajmer. So I have been a part of this institution for past 3 years, and I am a postgraduate in physics from Delhi University, and I have done my B.Ed from RIE Ajmer. So that's the introduction of people who are going to be a part of this panel discussion. I shall also be moderating the show. I think we'll wait for 5 more minutes. Meanwhile, if you have any questions in mind, you can type them in the chat box. And in case those questions are not answered during our discussion, We shall take it up at the end of the show. So if you have any queries regarding the board exam 2026, anything that is there in your mind, do type it in the chat box and we assure you that your queries will be answered. I would request Nivedita ma'am to kindly write down the queries on a piece of paper so that we can take it up. Or write down the queries on a piece of paper so that we can take. Okay. We put this in cabinet. Has Ms. Pankaj been able to join?
Yes, we can start, ma'am. As she will come, then I will take her in and she will answer the reply. Unmute, ma'am, unmute.
Yes. We will start with our session today. So our session, as I said, is understanding the changes in the board exam 2026. My first question is addressed to Mr. AP Sharma. Sir, CBSE is conducting two board exams this year for grade 10th. There are a lot of things that the students and the parents have to know because I think there is quite a lot of confusion amongst them as to whether it is important to give board exam 1 or the students can take only board exam 2. So I would request you to bring in clarity to this two board exam system that CPSE has introduced.
Yes, actually, this is a path-breaking step because the students will get a chance to improve their marks in second exam. And generally, it was a thought process that in examination, it's a blind shot sometime. You are well prepared, but still you got nervous and then you could not do the paper perfectly fine as per your wish. Then you have one more chance. So please remember few very basic notes and basic principle of this particular rule or this particular you can say the step. The first thing is mostly parents and teachers are confused that can we take the second examination instead of taking the first examination? So please be very careful that in my suggestion is, and the very simple rule is that appear in all the subjects in the first round of examination. The purpose is that you will be able to see where you stand in exam. इसका मतलब कि जो पहला एग्जाम होगा, पहला राउंड एग्जाम होगा फरवरी से मार्च में, उसमें सभी बच्चों को अपियर होना चाहिए. उससे आपको पता लगेगा आपको किस में इंप्रूव करना है, कितना इंप्रूव करना है. Because the result of this particular examination will come in first week of April, maximum second week of April. By chance, if you miss any exam, then you can miss maximum 2 examinations, and that too out of the 5 main subjects like language 1, which may be English, language 2, Hindi, mathematics, basic, or the other one, general science, and social studies. So these are the 5 subjects in which you may be given second chance. So the thumb rule is that if you are thinking of taking a second chance in any skill subject like IT, AI, or any other subject, or French, or any other thing which you have taken other than 2 languages, then this will not be considered. This means you need to appear in the first round of exam in all skill subjects, and you cannot improve skill subjects in second chance. And next thumb rule is that in first exam, minimum three subjects you need to appear out of the 5 subjects I have told. इसका मतलब 5 में से 3 सब्जेक्ट में आपको अपियर होना ही है. और मेरा तो ये कहना है आपको 5 सब्जेक्ट में अपियर होना चाहिए, जिससे आपको पता लगे कि किस सब्जेक्ट में. अच्छा, व्हेन टू टेक अ डिसीजन? Very correct. Here, teachers will help you. Teachers of the school will help you. When children will come out, teachers will find how was your paper. And on the basis of that, they can say, okay, now start preparing for this one subject or this second subject if required. This means you need to take a firm decision exactly after the examination that what are the 2 subjects or one subject you need to reappear for the improvement of marks. So consider this second exam as an improvement examination. By chance, if any child fails in one subject or 2 subjects, then he gets automatic second chance for reappearing and improving his marks and to pass. But if he fails in 3 main subjects, then he will not get second chance of improvement. This is very important. अगर वो इन 5 सब्जेक्ट्स में से 3 सब्जेक्ट में पहले ही राउंड में फेल हो जाता है तो उसे दूसरा चांस नहीं मिलेगा. इसका मतलब आपको पहला जो राउंड है उसमें आपको मिनिमम 3 सब्जेक्ट में पास होना ही है. ये ध्यान रखिए. हाँ, एक फायदा है. One advantage is there that if you in mathematics, if you have appeared in a basic and you want to improve, then you can appear in advance. If you have appeared in advance and you could not score well, then you can change to basic. This one special chance can be given and facility is given. Otherwise, you can't change subject. आप सब्जेक्ट चेंज नहीं कर सकते. जो सब्जेक्ट आपके फर्स्ट में थे वही सेकंड में रहेंगे. And internal marks will remain same. Internal marks are not going to change, which has already been uploaded by schools on CBSE website. एक तो ये खास बात रही. And the students who get compartment in any subject means if they are failing, then they get automatic chance. So you need to appear in 5 subjects and then give your best chance. Now, one more thing that any student can't reappear in 2 of the languages until he fails. आपने सोचा है चलो इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों में रीअपियर हो जाते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है. आप सिर्फ इंग्लिश या हिंदी में से एक में रीअपियर होते हैं, पर अगर आप एक में फेल हो जाते हैं तो आप 2 में अपियर हो सकते हैं उस पर्टिकुलर केस में. Now you have chance to appear in 6 subjects, 7 subjects in the main examination, which are called skill subject or extra subjects. But remember that decision is to be taken very sincerely, which you have already taken. So skill subjects, you need to give your best in very first chance, because the best thing is that if you fail in any of the subjects, you are given chance from the skill subject. The skill subject will replace one of the subject. So this is good chance that you do well in skill subject. अगर skill subject में आप पास हैं और मैथ्स में या किसी एक सब्जेक्ट में आप फेल हैं, तो वो स्किल सब्जेक्ट है उसको रिप्लेस कर सकता है और आप पास माने जा सकते हो. इस बात का भी ध्यान रखना है. Now, when will you fill the form for the second? As soon as the board result for the first is declared, then you will have a chance to fill the form again that these are the subjects I want to reappear. Nothing else is to be done. You will get marks only, but you will not get mark sheet. Mark sheet, the consolidated mark sheet, you will get after the second chance in the last week of June. अब एक खास बात, अगर आप रिवैल्यूएशन भी कराना चाहते हैं किसी में, रीचेकिंग कराना चाहते हैं, दैट कैन ऑल्सो बी पॉसिबल आफ्टर द सेकेंड चांस ओनली. So these are some basic things which one must keep in mind. Taking correct decision, correct time, and taking appropriate decision. Don't consider that कि अच्छा चलो मैथ्स का तो बाद में दे देंगे. नहीं, मैथ्स का एक बार दे करके चांस तो ले लो. और दोनों सब्जेक्ट में मान लीजिए आपने पहले चांस के अंदर आपके 92 आ गए, सेकंड चांस में 82 ही रहे, तो जो बेटर मार्क्स होंगे, बेस्ट मार्क्स होंगे, वही काउंट होंगे आपकी कंसोलिडेटेड मार्कशीट में. सो दीज टू बोर्ड्स आर very good for all the students who wants to improve, and then you are given two chance. I'm not saying that you blindly reappear in all the subjects. Means if they are telling you that you can appear in two subjects more than that, then you take a good note of it, that what are the subjects in which you want to reappear. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I think that's a very candid explanation of the two phase examination introduced by CBSE. I hope the audience had a pen and paper in hand to note down these important points. A few more points that I would like to add, that children, there shall be no reduction in syllabus or any change in the pattern of exam. So the pattern of the exam is going to remain the same for the second exam that will be held in the month of May. And also you will be tested on the entire syllabus. The exam centers will also remain the same, and the fees paid at exam 1 registration is non-refundable, and you will have to pay for the second exam also. So these are a few points that you should keep in mind. And as Sir said, it is recommended that every child takes the first exam in full sincerity and does not wait to write the second exam. Because when you are getting two chances, why not avail of it? The next question that I would like to discuss over here is that CBSE has taken certain measures to avoid the correction errors. That means that you do not need to get your papers reevaluated or rechecked, and also to expedite the evaluation process. So there are two things that have been introduced at grade 10th level. The first thing is that the science paper is split into biology, chemistry, and physics. Earlier, the paper would have, the questions one after another, and they were not bifurcated as biology, chemistry, and physics. But now the science paper will have three sections: biology, chemistry, and physics, and the answers have to be written on separate sheets. So this is very strict guideline from the board, that if a child writes biology answer in physics paper, that will become invalid. Even in reevaluation, rechecking, that will still remain invalid. So all the biology answers have to be written in the biology sheet, chemistry answers in chemistry sheet, and physics answers in physics sheet. So you have to be very careful, and in the beginning, just after your reading time, you should write the heading, whether the sheet is biology, chemistry, or physics, and then be aware of where you're writing your answers. Likewise, social science is divided into history, geography, political science, and economics, and the answers have to be written in the sheet that like history answers have to be written in a history sheet, geography, political science, and economics likewise. And in grade 12th, this time a very big initiative has been taken where the answer scripts will be digitally evaluated. I would request Sharma sir to please throw some more light on this initiative of CBSE, that why they have decided that the scripts will be digitally evaluated.
Yes, Manisha ma'am, first I will take up grade 10. I will
Okay.
tell students what strategy they can make. See, if you have a copy in your hand, this means the answer script is in your hand where you want to write biology, chemistry, and physics, all three sections. Now you know it very well. and practice before that how much pages or how much space each subject will take. So suppose it takes, because there are word limit. If there are diagram, that also you can understand that how many diagrams, how much space it will take. So just estimate the space and accordingly choose the pages. Suppose say you have chosen 7 pages for biology. So after 7 pages of biology, leave one more page extra and then write chemistry. Similarly, 7 or 8 pages for chemistry and then write physics. So what will happen? Simultaneously, you will be able to answer questions from all three subjects. In case if you are feeling difficulty in biology that all the questions you are knowing, you have done. But if there are 3, 4 questions which are left, so you will not wait that I will complete biology paper and then will move to the chemistry paper. And for that, you try to practice at home at least 1 or 2 practice papers of science as well as social science, that how much time it takes and how much space it takes. And every time when you finish and you have written something, after that then mention PTO, means please turn over, ताकि जो चेकर है वो आपके पेपर को पलटे और आगे का पोर्शन देख सके. Now grade 12, now this year for grade 12 examination, all the papers will be digitally evaluated, all the means most of them. And the purpose is that the evaluation process must start quickly and must finish quickly. And there should be zero error, almost zero error, because whenever the scripts will be checked on online, then the problem or the error of total, error of missing question, error of unchecked question, all that will be eliminated. इसका मतलब OSM में ऑटोमेटिकली वो कॉपी चेक होती रहेगी, उसके मार्क्स जो है वो ऑटोमेटिकली ऐड होते रहेंगे. टीचर को सिर्फ टिक मार्क करना है और मार्क्स देने हैं, वो अपने आप मार्क्स ऐड होते रहेंगे. और अगर उसने कोई क्वेश्चन अनचेक छोड़ दिया है तो रिमाइंडर आएगा, वो सबमिट नहीं होगा. इसलिए जो एरर की पॉसिबिलिटीज है वो काफी कम हो जाएंगी. उसके पास में मार्किंग स्कीम भी सामने होगी. और मैम ने काफी अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया आपको कि ग्रेड 10 में आप स्पेशली ध्यान रखें कि पेपर्स को सिंसियरली देना है. अगर आप बीमार हो जाते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा बीमार हैं, तो जबरदस्ती एग्जाम देने नहीं जाए. आपको सेकंड चांस मिलेगा उस केस में मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट देने के बाद में. उसके अलावा अगर आप किसी बड़े स्पोर्ट्स टूर्नामेंट में इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं या कुछ, तो उस चांस में भी आपको सेकंड चांस बगैर एग्जाम दिए किसी पेपर को मिल सकता है. अदरवाइज रिस्क नहीं लें. दिस इज माय एडवाइस. एंड प्लीज रिमेंबर दैट अननेसेसरीली डोंट ट्राई टू the improve. It is it not necessary that every child is going to appear in second exam also. One child has done very well in first exam, उसको लग रहा है मेरे 99 या 100 आएंगे चारों पांचों सब्जेक्ट के अंदर, फिर भी he or she is trying, is wasting time. You should have confidence on yourself. And then what will happen that 11th class might start from April only. 11th class का कोर्स शुरू हो जाएगा, तभी से आपको एक एडमिशन मिल जाएगा, जो कि एडमिशन होगा सब्जेक्ट टू पासिंग इन ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स. पर क्लासेस शुरू हो सकती हैं, आप मेहनत करना शुरू कर सकते हैं. हाँ, जो लोग सेकंड में भी होंगे उसके बाद में भी schools have checked it that they will revise the courses. So do not worry, there will be no loss of studies in school. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So now coming to the next part. Now CBSE has released new guidelines and sample papers. There are major updates in the exam pattern and paper format this year. So exactly are these updates? So children, I think your teachers must have made you practice and pre-boards must have given you an idea of how the new pattern of paper will be. So there will be 50% of questions that will be competency based. Then constructed responses, that is MCQs, about 30%. And the traditional questions that were basically knowledge and understanding based will only be 20%. So rote learning is not going to help you. You have to understand what you're studying and you should be able to apply your knowledge. So there will be case studies based questions, there will be assertion, reason, application based questions. And all this you can get an idea because CBSE website has got these sample papers. Nivedita ma'am, can you just turn the slide? So for your benefit, the sample papers are available on the CBSE website. All you have to do is just type cbseacademics.nic.in. The top yellow arrow is showing you what you need to type in the address bar, and that will take you to the main academic website of CBSE. And when you click on sample papers, you will see in the drop down list sample papers for the last 2 years are there. And when you click on that, so the sample papers for 25-26 exams, this is where you will reach. And you can, when you click on the blue part, you will get the sample question paper and also the marking scheme. Now, it is very important that you understand the marking scheme, because when you go through the marking scheme, you know how you should answer and what you should answer. How does how do the evaluators evaluate? What are the value points or for which you get marks? And how should you be writing and presenting the answer? So very important that every child goes through the marking scheme. And also that will give you a lot of confidence to take the paper, because now you will be aware of what kind of questions will be asked and how you will be evaluated. Um, my next, any inputs from your end, Sharma sir?
I think it's okay. The only thing is that students must check it properly because cramming is now not valid and it's not good. So try that if you can check the question papers of whatever has been issued by CBSE as well as marking scheme also. So you know how much you have to write. Do not write unnecessarily long answers, because if a question carries 3 marks, then they will not give you 4 or 5 marks out of 3. Just you will waste time doing extra or writing extra. Check that. And it is also a good idea that you can collect papers from other schools, neighboring schools or outside schools, and check that what kind of questions they have prepared. So you have a good question bank. That is one thing. And somebody asked one question, and it just was here. They is asked that due to this online checking, this means on-screen checking, whether we need to change our writing style. No need to change. Only one thing which is related to common sense is that after finishing one question, जस्ट लीव 2 लाइंस, 2 लाइनें आप बना करके उसको बंद कर दें बॉक्स में और फिर अगला क्वेश्चन तैयार शुरू करें और क्वेश्चन का नंबर्स प्रॉपरली लिखें. दैट इज गुड इनफ.
So, sir, moving on to the next question. I request you to give some revision tips for the students, those who are preparing for the board exam. So, to class 12 students have already taken one board exam, so probably would be aware of what to do and how to do revision. But 10th standard children, because they're taking the first public exam, will need your help on this.
Yeah, I have noticed in class 10th board examination when I was in Delhi that outside the examination center there are parents, मम्मी पापा दादा दादी सब खड़े हैं उस बच्चे के लिए. कोई भगवान की प्रार्थना कर रहा है, somebody is doing something else, कोई प्रसाद खिला रहा है, कोई तिलक लगा रहा है, all that goes. But those days are gone. Now CBSE class 10 examination is not that tough. Only thing is you have to check your nerves. अपनी nerves को कंट्रोल में रखना है. जब एग्जामिनेशन में आप एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में घुस गए हैं, जितना मटेरियल आपने याद किया उसको बाहर छोड़ के जाएं. ऐसा नहीं अंदर घुसने से पहले भी अरे वो एक क्वेश्चन वापस देख लूं, 2 क्वेश्चन वापस देख लूं. And while revision, it's important that you make certain kind of notes for the last minute, which will give you the bird's eye view कि मुझे क्या क्या चीजें देखनी है, क्या याद करनी है. आप मान के चलिए जो आपने साल भर पढ़ा है, everything will come from that only. Only thing is if you will be nervous, then you will forget it. So जैसे ही आप एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में जाएं, एक बार ब्रीद इन करें, ब्रीद आउट करें. ब्रीद इन ब्रीद आउट करने से ऑक्सीजन जाएगी, इनफ ऑक्सीजन विल गो inside your brain, and your brain will start working. Remember your teacher, remember God, remember parents, and you will be able to do very nicely. But in revision, try that you are focusing on certain kind of things which are related, like you try to make some kind of some kind of your own formula, some kind of your own initiatives by which you can remember. Anecdotes बना लिया आपने, कुछ कुछ एक आपने फर्स्ट वर्ड लेकर के, क्या बोलते हैं उसको मैम, वो बना लिए।
निमोनिक्स।
हाँ,
निमोनिक्स।
नेमोनिक्स बना लिए, वो बना लिए और याद करिए आराम से, आपके टीचर्स ने आपको पहले से बताया होगा। एंड आई एम क्वाइट श्योर यू ऑल विल गेट वेरी गुड मार्क्स, ओनली कीप योर नर्व्स अंडर कंट्रोल। Everything will come from whatever you have learned. That's all.
Yes. As children, one more thing that I would like to tell you all is that it helps if you simulate
Neeru ma'am
the
is
same.
here. So Neeru ma'am is here. Neeru ma'am, please come on video and unmute, please. Unmute, ma'am. Neeru ma'am, you need to unmute. Yes.
Okay, welcome,
Yes.
Neeru ma'am.
So, thank you, ma'am. A very good evening to everyone. And I hope that the students are all prepared with the board exams. So, I would just try to throw a light. Have you thrown a light, ma'am and sir, upon the social science and the science
Yes.
subjects for the board exams?
No, but you give
Ni-
your idea. You give your idea. Maybe that hours was not
Okay.
sufficient. Yeah.
No, have we told the pattern to them that yes, there are three sections that are divided into like three section, as in biology, that would be A, chemistry, that will be B, and physics, that will be C. And if you attempt the question as per the designated section, that would be wonderful. But if you do not attempt it accordingly and you write your answer in some other section, even if you put a correct numbering, you will be unmarked. That is, you will not be assessed or evaluated. So that could be very risky for you all. So please take care that you write the answers in a designated section only. And similarly, in the social science paper also, it has been divided into four parts, that is history, geography, political science, and economics. So accordingly, only you have to respond to the question answers as per the section. Please remember this, because I know that sometimes you leave that question and do it in some other section. For example, if you write the question of history answer, question and answer of history in geography, it will be unmarked and it will not be considered to be eligible for an assessment during the re-evaluation process also. So it will be very, very essential, right? So be careful. And also, I would like to tell you about your pattern of learning. I hope that you must have revised all your subjects by now and you have given your pre board examinations also. So, I wish that you have completed all your revision and at least once or twice. And even if you have not completed the revision, do not panic. Okay, just take some recreational gaps, select your prime time, take a proper sleep. That's very, very important. There are 4 to 5 tips which are very important at this nick of the time. First of all, you need to take a proper sleep. The children that is of your age need 8 to 9 hours of sleep, but during the examination, you would feel that no, ma'am is saying something impossible. So it's really okay, but then take at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep. That means that you have to go to bed at 10 p.m. and please wake up by 4:30 or 5 so that it's a prime time. You will be rejuvenated and refreshed. Besides, also take a proper nutrition, as in, do not take fried foods. Even if you feel hungry in the evening studying, so do not eat pakoras or anything snacks. You can have some fruits and take some nutritious diet. And that the parents also will have to see that the child takes a proper nutrition. Also, take some recreational gaps or take an evening walk. You have to select the activity that you love the most. It could be just like a spending time with your family, because you will feel refreshed. Working and studying for longer hours will actually disrupt your learning and retention. Always remember that you will be more focused, you will be have more concentration only if you take some recreational gap, even if it is for 15 minutes. And you can listen to music, you can go for a walk or something. And also take care that when you learn, your sensory organs should be in operation. Okay, that means that you can speak, you can write and learn, Like in physics, numericals and maths needs practice. So you can write the sums, do more and more practice, write the formulas of maths and physics. Okay, on a piece of paper, learn it, speak it, read it aloud. So the more sensory organs, because you are listening to it also, and if you're writing, you are seeing it also. So learn, speak, and write. So try to involve more and more sensory organs, and definitely the retention will be better. So this is how, and please relax yourself, because you will be confident if you follow all these steps. That will be very important. And also for the retention, you should always feel that yes, you know everything. Do not panic. Relax yourself and study. And one revision is enough, and then the second revision goes on. It's like that. Sir, you would like to add something to it?
Thank you, Neeru ma'am. So one suggestion that I have for children is that it really helps if you simulate the same conditions as you would face in the board exam. So what you can do is, since the board exams are all from 10:30 to 1 o'clock, 1:30, at home you can try to do sample papers during that time, 10:30 to 1:30. And the more you practice a 3-hour paper without getting up, sit at one place, table on chair, and write down the 3-hour paper without getting up as you would do in the board exam. And during that time, 10:30 to 1:30, you will see that on the day of the exam, you will be very alert, very sharp, and you will not, sometimes when you feel lazy or you feel sleepy, then that is a time when you miss out on some questions. So that should not happen. You should be so alert and manage your time so well that you're able to complete your paper on time, and you have enough time to revise your paper before submitting it. Also,
That's very correct. That's very correct, ma'am. That this is a body clock which you need to maintain. Body clock you need to maintain. Here, I would like to mention one thing that few students and parents will think why this physics, chemistry, bio, this thing has been done. The thing is earlier, long means 3-4 years back, all three papers were checked by one teacher. Means the physics expert is checking chemistry also, biology also, and then they used to stick to the marking scheme. If child is deviating from the marking scheme, still writing an alternate answer, then children are not getting benefited. So having these three subjects being checked by the three specialized teacher is always a blessing in disguise. That even if you don't
absolutely.
write the question, the answer which is in the book, but alternate answer, you will get chance. You will get marks. But remember, children, that do not try to get answers from Chat GPT. That is not allowed, and all the time Chat GPT's answers are not correct.
Correct.
They give a plethora of knowledge, plethora of description, but not necessarily that is required. Yes, ma'am. Please carry on.
Sir, there is a question that somebody has asked second board form to be filled after or before the result announcement of first board.
After the board result announcement, then only you will take decision. LOC will remain same. Only thing is that you need to fill those subjects in which you want to reappear. So you can take that decision, final decision after the result only. So after the result, most probably after 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th April, these forms will be allowed. These forms will be distributed or will be available to fill. But as I said, again, I am repeating that you take your decision well in advance and start preparing. Start preparing. This means if your maths paper has gone bad, then do not wait for the result. Start preparing. If you have make up your mind about one or two subjects, then continue and start preparing. No, there is one more question. You need not pay any extra fees for the second board examination.
Okay, so there is no fees for the
Yeah,
second
yeah.
board. Okay. Okay. Now, Neeru ma'am, are you there? My question is for
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Parents often feel uncertain about how best to support children, those who are preparing for the board exam. We would request you to give some practical tips for the parents so that they can maintain the motivational level of their child and not cause any additional stress to them. So, what would be your
Very
tips for the
true.
parents?
Yes, yes, it's very, very important because parents sometimes panic more than the children when it comes to their board examinations out of pressure that the children should be scoring very, very high. Okay, so please do not panic. Your children will be doing very well if you do not panic. And please maintain a very friendly and amicable atmosphere at home. You should restrict the loud music or a television in the house. You also need to sacrifice with the children a bit, and please have a supportive environment at home. Please motivate the child and do not pressure the child not to sleep, or maybe go for a second revision till 2 a.m. at night. So please take care of your child's health and the recreational patterns, as well as I've already mentioned that the nutritional pattern should be very, very healthy. So it's very important that you give a moral support to the child. So even if the child gets up in the morning, so you can be there with him or her, and please support. And in case if the child comes back and say that I've left this question, or I've not been able to attempt this question, because out of human errors that could happen with the children, so it's a tip for the parent to motivate the child and not scold him or her. Okay, always, because paper done is done, but the next paper can be improved, and please keep your child motivated. That's very important, as well as please keep the atmosphere of the home very amicable. Please restrict the guest and your going out for parties or anything like that for functions. Please restrict this, because this might distract the child, because the child would feel that he's the only one who's studying at home, so he should not feel that everybody should be together at home. And having some recreation time for the child is also very important, that I've already mentioned. So please take care of this. And of course the result will be good, that's for sure, if you follow
And
all the relaxation patterns. Yes, sir.
Neeru ma'am, one interesting thing that happens in every house,
Right.
that there
Yes,
will
sir.
be call between mother and grandparents, and the mother is showing, opening her heart for the all anxiety, and she is talking to the grandparents of the child. देखो मम्मी जी, मेहनत तो करिए, पता नहीं भगवान जाने क्या होगा, एंड ऑल दोस काइंड
जी।
ऑफ एंजाइटी. इसने ये पढ़ता भी नहीं था कभी कभी, तो पता नहीं
हाँ।
कैसे क्या करेगा. So please don't be so anxious, and at least do not talk like this in front of the child. Otherwise, child gets nervous. This is quite common. Mothers will be more nervous. Means they will be nervous, more nervous than the child. This is sure.
That's true. So, I mean, that is there, because the parents also get very, very anxious during the child's examination. So you should also be relaxed, and please keep a motivated atmosphere at home. Okay, please sit with the child and get to know that what he has completed, what she or he has completed, and what he or she has to complete. So we can make a timetable together of the examination, so that the child completes the course syllabi in time. And please encourage the child to sleep in time and complete the course by 8 p.m., so that at least the child does not, if the day before the examination, I'm saying, there could be 3 to 4 preparation leaves also. So please have a time management and encourage the child to have a time management. I don't think that there should be any pressure on the child. So that's emotional and moral support that you need to provide every time. But first, you need to be relaxed to relax the child. So
Yeah,
that's very
father.
important and rightly said by sir.
Yeah, fathers should be cool fathers, because generally
Yeah,
fathers are very strict, and what they say,
true.
साल भर तो इधर उधर घूमता रहा, पेपर तो खराब होना ही है, पेपर खराब होगा, फेल हो
जी।
जाएगा. प्लीज स्टे विद योर चाइल्ड, बी हिज सपोर्ट, और बोलिए कि कैसा भी होगा हम तुम्हारे साथ खड़े हैं. ऐसा नहीं उस पर बहुत प्रेशर डाल रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं करिएगा. अक्सर ऐसा होता है. और इन द एंड आई थिंक ऑल द स्कूल्स हैव शेयर्ड the helpline, CBSE helpline also with you, and the counselors of different schools will be available all the time. So बच्चों को पैनिक अटैक नहीं होना चाहिए, और पेरेंट्स को जरूरत से ज्यादा सप्रेस नहीं करना चाहिए बच्चे को. यस, ओवर टू यू मनीषा मैम.
तो बेसिकली जो नीरू मैम और शर्मा सर बोलना चाह रहे हैं कि पेरेंट्स शुड बी लाइक अ स्पॉन्ज. यू हैव टू सोक इन द स्ट्रेस rather than squeeze out the stress on your child. So soak in the stress, be available for your child, and the channel of communication should always be open. So if you start speaking negative, or you start, showing your stress levels to a child when he or she shares his query or trouble, then the child will clamp up and never share anything with you. So keep the channel of communication open. That is very important. And you don't have to react. Respond to the child. don't react to the child. And sometimes you just need to listen to give them that reassurance that we are there with you and we love you irrespective of the marks that you will get or how you've done the paper. That is enough for the child to do well. Um, Another very important thing that happens is the day of the examination. The day of the examination, the parents need to make sure that they themselves get up on time, wake the child up on time, and they make sure that the child eats something before he or she goes to write the paper. So for that, you have to do a lot of planning and make sure that the child eats something healthy, is well hydrated before they go to write the paper. And you should also ensure that the child reaches the exam center at least 45 minutes before the commencement of exam. The other thing is that, as Neeru ma'am said, give them balanced diet, encourage healthy study habits, and also keep a limit on the digital and gadget time. So the child might, during the recreation time, might take a break and stay a little longer in front of the television, where you have to very subtly tell the child to go back to studies, but do not create a kind of, a conflict or a fight to send the child back. So you have to be very, very subtle at that time. Now, coming to another question, and this is to Sharma sir. What should a child do if they face confusion during examination? So within the 3 hours, the child has some confusion and is uncertain about a question or time management. So what important points they should remember while answering the exam, and how should they manage their time?
Yeah, this is a very technical question, as both of you have said that they must do some mock tests before examination so they know that how much time they are taking. Generally, the board examinations, they keep extra time also, whatever the word limits they have, whatever there will not be very, very lengthy papers. So only thing is that if you are stuck to a particular question, then do not stay there, move to the next question. If you are doing it in serial order, then leave some space and then move. And remember, especially in physics subjects or math subjects where calculations are done, then you use the same page. Means उस पेज पे एक साइड में आप थोड़ा सा लाइन बना करके वर्क लाइन बना के हाशिया बना करके वहां पर try to do the rough work there so that you can copy it correctly. We have seen many a times that from the last page copying takes more time also, and then doing rough work on the side of the page is allowed. Just you mark a margin, and in that margin you can do it easily. And then if you are blackout, may God do not create that situation. बिल्कुल सिंपल, ब्लैकआउट का मतलब यह है कि आपके ब्रेन में ऑक्सीजन कम हो गई है. आप ब्रीद इन करो, ब्रीद आउट करो 3 बार, भगवान का नाम लो, अपने टीचर्स को याद करो, पेरेंट्स को याद करो, एंड ब्लैकआउट खत्म हो जाएगा. आपको बिल्कुल चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है. पर एक क्वेश्चन पे स्टिक नहीं करो. पर हाँ, अगर जो क्वेश्चन को आप शुरू करा है आपने, उसमें थोड़ा बहुत हिंट लिख लो. हो सकता है कि व्हेन यू विल कम बैक वो हिंट भी कहीं दिमाग से नहीं चला जाए. तो थोड़ा सा हिंट लिख करके एंड देन यू कैन मूव फर्दर. थैंक यू मैम.
One or two things that I would like to add over here is, children, when you're doing the practice sample papers, you divide your time. So ideally, your paper should get over in 2.5 hours, and you should have half an hour to revise your paper before you submit it. So when you're doing the sample papers, so you would divide the time. Like for example, 45 minutes for 5 markers, then maybe an hour for 3 markers, and then some half an hour for 2 markers, and then 1 markers are the trickiest to answer. So depending on what you find easy and what you find difficult, you mark a time limit. And then you see to it that you are able to maintain that time limit. Even if you exceed, you have half an hour in buffer where you will not panic. But in case you do not do that, you don't have that clarity in your mind. And for 3 hours you're writing. And then towards the end, we generally see that the children are so flustered that to tie the paper together also becomes a task. And that is when it causes a lot of trouble. So make sure that you do when that is why it's important to take pre-boards and to do sample papers so that you get a clarity on how you're going to divide your time. Now, each one can do that on their own because depending on your strength. The other thing that once a counselor had told me, I don't know whether Neeru ma'am will agree with me or not, because Neeru ma'am has got her PhD in clinical psychology, so she can tell whether it's right or not. But the children who generally are very nervous and they blank out when they see the questions should not read the question paper during the reading time. They should close their eyes, maintain their calm, and try to recall what they have learned, and then take one question at a time and keep answering and moving ahead. So, Neeru ma'am, is that right
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, ma'am, you are absolutely right. Nervousness during the preparation as well as during the examination can lead to very, very big repercussions. It could lead to irritable bowels, it could be loss of appetite or excess of appetite, and both are dangerous. And when it comes to examination, they could black out, or even if they do not, say, sometimes the students are not able to do anything in the paper, and sometimes they forget what they cannot recall what they have learned, so the repercussions are very bad. So try to this is the reason why I'm saying try to maintain your calm and composure. Always remember that you have to, like madam is absolutely right, that you what you do is in the beginning there are 15 minutes for the reading time, students. So please read your paper, understand the question, and the English paper, the comprehension can be read that time only. Just go through that what you have to write, assemble all your thoughts in your mind, and start writing. Even if not do a very good time management, but then at least then do not write the answers very very slow in the beginning, because you try to give your 100% perfection and you maintain a very good handwriting, but gradually your handwriting gets atrocious, and at the last question you're not able to write even a word, and ultimately to leave the paper. This is like what normally happens with the students. So please do not write with the same pace throughout, understanding that you have just 3 hours as your disposal and you have to maintain a good speed. Okay, MCQ should not be, do not think over a very long time to attempt MCQs. This is also normally I've seen being an observer also in the board examinations, that the students take a lot of time in answering and thinking about MCQs. Okay, it should be quick. In case you can give time to it and come to the questions and then attempt at the equal pace. It's very important. Be confident and maintain your calm composure during the preparation also. Please do not panic. Always remember that you have to write the highlights of the answers. Highlights of the answers should be registered. For example, if it is political science, you're studying history. So even if you're writing about a national movement, that is your first chapter. Okay, please write the highlights of each and every section. It will just take 5 minutes, but it will be very good for your attention, and you will become more and more confident to attempt your answers, and you'll be used to writing, because if you are writing before the examination, you will feel confident that yes, I can elaborate these points. So that these are some magic tricks to prepare, and that will calm your nervousness also. And if you have time, then please do meditate for at least 2 minutes. It is not necessary that you chant Om and all, but you can just look at some field for just 2 minutes. Okay, and that will increase your concentration, focus, and will calm your nerves. You will be absolutely not nervous, and you will give the examination in a very successful way. And we wish all the best to all the students. Yes, Manisha, ma'am. Thank you.
So, Neeru ma'am, there's another question for you.
Yes.
CBSE has made arrangements for parents and students to
Mm,
approach in case they have any kind of stress or anxiety.
mm,
So, would you
mm.
tell us more about that? The helplines.
Yes, yeah. In case, I mean, we had PPC also, as our Honorable Prime Minister Sir has also shared in the Pariksha Pe Charcha. He always says that nervousness and calmness, and of course, that approach is very healthy, because the anxiety is can lead to a dangerous repercussion, as in the students can secure less marks also. So it's very important to be very confident, and yes, we can approach, and it should be made it accessible. That's very important. Yes, ma'am.
So, CBSE has made a psychosocial counseling helpline for the exam stress support, which is 24/7 available to parents and children. The helpline number is written on the screen. It's a round the clock support and in English and Hindi. And the children can get guidance on stress-free preparation, time management, and responses to common exam-related concerns. And there are telecalling services also available from Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 5:30. And all this are available till 1st of June 2026 to support for both pre and post exam well-being. So I would request parents and children to not keep things to themselves. In case they need help, please reach out for it, and there are facilities available. You can even check on the net. You will get the numbers and the time for when you can reach out to the counselors. And of course, your school counselors are there. Don't hesitate to reach out to them because yeah, and everybody needs support. So don't hesitate. Okay. Now, coming to some important points that students need to make a note of and remember very carefully. The first thing that the children that you need to remember is read your admit card thoroughly. Read the, you should first see where your exam center is. Your school will also support you in that, will tell you everything. But it is important that you read your admit card, read the school code because you'll need to write your school code, the code of the school where you are going to appear for the exam. Also, you should check out the subjects that are listed, the subject code you should check, and then the instructions that are given after that. Now, very important thing is that you reach the exam center on time. Now, CBSE has become very strict. Anybody reaching after 10 a.m. will not be permitted inside the school where the exam center is. 10:30 your exam will start, 1:30 it will get over. You have to be in your proper school uniform and carrying your school ID along with your admit card. The admit card should have the signature, your signature, the principal's signature, and also the signature of your parent. So some children get the admit cards laminated as soon as they get it from school without parent's signature, and that becomes invalid. So make sure that you have everybody's signature before you go and get it laminated. Also, from experience, I am telling that children do not read the date sheet properly. So write somewhere in your room where you are practicing, where you study or you sleep, put a paper where you mark the dates of the examination very, very clearly. Has been my experience that a child forgot to reach the exam center thinking that the exam is on the next day. Now, if you reach the exam center after 10 a.m., nobody is going to allow you. So make sure that you're aware of the date sheet and you have checked your subject code. The things that you can carry to the exam center are CBSE admit card, original, then a school identity card. You can only carry a transparent stationery pouch. Blue ball pen, point pens are only allowed. You can carry geometry box and colors for your maths exam or for any other subject where you need it, and a transparent water bottle. Students without admit card or ID card will not be allowed to appear for the exam. So keep all these things ready before you go to sleep a day before when the exam. Now, what you cannot carry strictly is mobile phones, smartwatches, digital watches, calculators. In some cases, calculators are permitted, but that will be mentioned on your admit card. Bluetooth devices, earbuds, headphones, written material, chits, books, notebooks, bags, wallets, pencil boxes, and electronic gadgets. And any of this found on you will be treated as a case of unfair means and as per the CBSE rules. Next slide, can I have? So now coming to the last question, where I would request Sharma sir to please begin by giving a quick summary of what we have discussed today. So there are multiple points, but I think each one of us can take a few points and discuss it.
Yeah, surely few basic things you have mentioned. I saw one or two questions there. Somebody was asking whether gel pen is allowed, blue gel pen. Yes, blue gel pen is allowed.
Okay.
So, but take care that you are using it correctly. And idea is that in board examinations, when you want to revise, then plan your revision and keep your body clock intact. This means examination time, your brain should be on peak. This means these should be the peak optimum hours for you to write any examination. That you must keep in mind. And whatever both the panelists have said about what to eat, what not to eat, when to read, how to read. You can change space. You can relate few answers with the space. अच्छा ये तो मैंने सोफे पे याद किया था, ये मैंने मम्मी से बात करते हुए याद किया था. These are some important tips which you can keep in mind. But yes, again, I am repeating that in class 10th, my advice is to appear in all the exams in first round. In second round examinations will take place most probably in the month of May. This means you will have some time, but you try that whenever it is whenever you decide to reappear in exam, then you start preparing for it. Yes, ma'am. Please, you carry on then.
So, children, the next thing is that when you are revising, please focus on concepts and application of what you're studying. Use diagrams, mind maps, flowcharts to remember concepts. Remember, the way you write while you're revising is the way you write when you are under pressure. That means during the 3 hours when you take the exam. So, a common thing that I've seen amongst children is that when they are practicing maths questions, they generally tend to do half the question and then leave it, thinking, I know the rest. But when they try to do the same question during the examination, they get stuck and they have to leave the question halfway through. So the way you revise, the way you do your revision is the way you write. So take your revision seriously. Have your notes ready. The notes have to be written very legibly. The diagrams have to be drawn with pencil and properly labeled even while you're revising. So don't take your revisions as something that a rough work you're doing. That is also that is how you will be right. You'll write in the board exam.
There is one
And
question which a child is eager, anxious about it. Is between first and second attempt, if you appear in second attempt, so whatever will be the best marks out of the two will automatically reflect in your mark sheet. So don't worry. मान लीजिए फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में आपके 92 आए, सेकंड अटेम्प्ट में 60 आए, तो 92 रिफ्लेक्ट होंगे. फर्स्ट में 92 आए, सेकंड में 100 आए, तो 100 रिफ्लेक्ट होंगे. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. एक्स्ट्रा शीट आप ले सकते हैं. और क्लास 10 का पेपर एक बच्चा पूछ रहा है कि हार्ड तो नहीं होगा इस बार उल्टा ज्यादा इजी होगा. डोंट वरी. थैंक यू. प्लीज कैरी ऑन, मैम.
okay. And as we have already said, solve the CBSE sample papers of past year and the sample papers that have been issued for this year. And time management is very important. You may know everything, but if you don't know how to manage time, the 3 hours, then you might leave the question. So it's important that along with your revision, you also learn how to manage your time well. And as sir had advised, that if you don't know an answer, instead of wasting your time on that answer, move on. But do mention with a pencil some points that were there in your mind when you read the question. But do not linger on a question for a very long time. If you don't know, just move on. And ma'am, can I have the next slide? And stay positive. So the next thing I would request Neeru ma'am to take up, because she very beautifully tells about the health routine and the how a person can
Hmm.
stay positive.
Thank you, Manisha, madam. You have covered all the points, but there was one student, apart from my concern towards the mental health of the students and
Yeah.
the mental health of the parents as well. That's
Hmm.
very important. But there was one question that what was the rule? In the chat box, I just saw that, they're asking about the top five subjects rule. So I would just like to throw a light on it. There is a CBSE rule for top five subjects, or provided that there is a skill subject there. So CBSEs also devise certain skill subjects like artificial intelligence, physical activity trainer, healthcare, IT, etc., beauty, wellness. There are many subjects. So the school has a right to opt any of the subjects. So if we talk about the top five subjects, the language subjects are exempted from class 10th, that is English and Hindi. But in case if social science, and of course, five subjects have to be calculated, and the percentage is devised according to that, because in the mark sheet of class 10th and 12th, it has not been mentioned specifically the percentage of the child. Percentage you all have to calculate on the basis of the top five ranking. For example, if you have a skill subject as physical activity trainer, so the skill subject as well as the three subjects, that is social science, and maths. Okay, these three subjects, the skill subject can overlap, of course, and the percentage is calculated. For example, if you get in skill subject, if you secure 95 and in maths you secure 90 marks, so skill subject will overlap maths. That is the lowest marks that you have secured, and your percentage will improve. So this is like top five subjects. So that is a kind of the moderation that the CBSE has done, so that the children are motivated and they get their marks accordingly. So I hope that I've made it very, very clear. So this is, if the school has only five subjects only in class 10th, then there is no confusion. You have to score in all the subjects. But if the school has a skill subject or any additional subject, then of course it will be considered. So, talking about your mental health concern, I think Manisha madam and Sharma sir has said it beautifully, that you have to take care of yourself, time management, your meditation, your recreational time. Everything is important. It is not like that I have to study 18 hours a day. If you study 18 hours a day, you would not be able to retain the content. So it's important, take your meals well in time. If I'm studying, no, mama, I cannot eat right now. I will eat at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. at night. Your body clock will be disturbed thoroughly, and it will cast a very negative impact on your body, because body and the brain will support you together to give you a right concentration, focus, and rejuvenated you. Because when you move to the center, you need to be rejuvenated. Also, one thing, please remember, please reach in time, as Manisha madam has said in one of the rules. And it is not only because of the rule, but also you will avoid the nick of the time stress. Because when you do not reach in time, you will not be able to get a reading time there. Then you might be said something by the center superintendent also of the center, so you will not feel nice and you will not feel good about yourself. And you should be absolutely happy and relaxed when you move to the center. And do not study till the nick of the time. I've seen the students outside the center opening the books and studying at the last moment. Please do, you will not be able to remember that, believe me. So, whatever you have studied at home, please rest assured, be confident that you'll be able to recall every content. Pray to God that you recall everything. Okay, go in a little meditative state before you fill up your entries in the examination, and I hope that you do well. Thank you.
So, children, confidence plus preparation is success. You have studied the whole year, and now it is time that you are confident of your preparation and you go ahead and give your board examination. One last tip that I would like to give you out of experience is, when you reach the exam center, do not discuss anything with your friends. The last minute वो जो डिस्कशन होता है ना, अच्छा ये पढ़ा है क्या, ये पढ़ा है क्या, वो आपको नर्वस कर देता है. लास्ट मिनट आप कुछ भी पढ़ के याद नहीं रख सकते हैं, तो इससे बेहतर है कि आप डिस्कस करके नर्वस हों कि डोंट टॉक, keep try to recall what you have done. As ma'am said, you can say a small prayer, you can do some kind of breathing exercise, you can meditate a little, but do not discuss too much. I've seen children well prepared but yet getting nervous at the last minute. So let that not happen, and all the best to all the children. May you do to the best of your ability. And before we uh, close this show, I would like to thank the team of Presidency School for the IT support, and Nivedita Rathore, ma'am of Sanskriti School, for the presentation, for running the presentation, for the presentation, and for all the support that she has extended. Thank you, Neeru ma'am, and thank you, Sharma sir. Sharma, this was Sharma sir's idea. So thank you very much for proposing the idea. I think it is going to be very beneficial for the students and parents. And students, this is not the end of it. If you want, if you have any queries, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to any one of us, and we will be very happy to help you.
Yeah, lots of blessings, and thank you very much, Manisha ma'am, that you have taken it over, and Neeru ma'am. It's wonderful to have, and then we will provide the recording of this on the YouTube also, and we will share it in the group. So others who could not actually attend this will be able to benefit it. One question again and again that girl is asking, I think she didn't hear it, that out of the two examinations, whichever will be the better marks, best marks will be counted. About fee and all, most probably there will be no fee for the reappearing in the exam. I can't guarantee. And the third thing, most these examinations of second round will take place in last week April or mostly May. Thank you very much.
Sir, there is one more question. How is percentage calculated from the best five rule? Can Hindi also get replaced?
No,
There is
it's already
no
been
calculation
mentioned.
of percentage by board. Board doesn't calculate percentage. It is always depending upon you that how you show your percentage. So
I
board
think
does
the
not give
child,
percentage. Only thing is that if you fail in a subject out of the 5, then a skill subject can cover that subject and you will be considered pass.
so
Percentage
it is best five. If you
yeah,
have a skill subject, if you have 6 subjects, the board will take your best five. Board doesn't calculate percentage, that you can calculate, but you can include best five in it. And
depending
if
But
upon
I,
ma'am,
depending
yeah, but
upon different universities.
Yes, sir, but English and Hindi is not considered to
Yes, yes,
be
yes.
like the skill
yes.
subject cannot overlap English and Hindi. That's the language subjects, dear. Whosoever is asking, please notice.
Yes, so your
Right.
skill subject can replace only maths or social studies or science. But
Correct.
your skill subject will not replace any of the languages, English, Hindi, or whatever two languages that you have. There are more questions I can see. Uh, Entry will not be allowed after 10 a.m. I think somebody is asking. Reporting time. So, reporting time after 10, you are not allowed inside the center. It is best to reach 15 to 20 minutes earlier. At least on day one, you reach early so that you are, you don't panic last minute. Any other question that we have not answered?
I think we have answered. Nidhi ma'am also, thank you very much. The
Yeah.
counselor from our school.
thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Neetu ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Nidhi ma'am. Lot of support.
So we can end the meeting, and this is just a beginning. We will do a few more initiatives for helping students every time and whenever it is required. Thank you so much. And convey
Thank
our
you.
regards to the principals of your respective schools and counselors, especially. I have seen many counselors are there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
sir. Thank
you
you.
so much, everyone. And we need to give the information that we are available on the YouTube channel also.
Yes.
And I hope, madam, that we have shared the YouTube link so that you can see it at least. If you have missed this conversation, you can always connect to YouTube link also. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you can share it with your friends.
Thank you so much. And
Let's leave the host, please,
Let's see the meeting.
and
Yeah.
the